President Robert Mugabe is turning 93 next Tuesday, and he's still going strong. Next year, his country will go to the polls, and he is ZANU-PF's sole presidential candidate. By then, he will be 94 years old.
If he wins, it will be Mugabe's last tenure as president of Zimbabwe. Mugabe signed a new constitution into law in May 2012 that limited presidential term to 2. He is the only ruler the Southern African nation has known since independence from Britain in 1980. Born in 1924 in Kutama, his political career came to prominence in 1960 with the formation of the National Democratic Party. A teacher by profession, Mugabe was jailed in 1964 for 10 years for fighting white minority rule. After his release, he went into exile in Mozambique, teamed up with Joshua Nkomo, and formed the Patriotic Front. The turning point in the 7-year war came when Mugabe and Nkomo agreed to attend talks convened by the British government. This led to the Lancaster House Agreement, which oversaw the transition to majority rule. After his election in 1980, Mugabe offered forgiveness and reconciliation. Soon thereafter, he had a fallout with Joshua Nkomo. In 1983, Mugabe crushed a rebellion by ex-ZAPU guerrillas in Matabele land, and government forces were accused of killing thousands of civilians. Zimbabwe's land reform never got off the ground, and a combination of state debt and cash shortages forced Mugabe to act. He pushed legislation through parliament, allowing the seizure of more than half of white-owned farms, and he consequently faced a barrage of Western criticism and sanctions. Inasmuch as the West blames him for his country's misfortune, the spirit of the Lancaster House settlement was never fulfilled. An agreement on financing the acquisition of land by black people was never implemented by London. Access to land by Zimbabweans remained an Achilles heel to President Mugabe's rule. While Western leaders have freely criticized Mugabe, few African leaders have publicly condemned the veteran of Africa's liberation struggle.
The great white, a shark species